Hello, this is Ira Glass. It's amazing, even though I have the most popular podcast in the world, I still slur my words. Today's show in 3 acts. The first act, why my show crushes every independent podcaster and no one can find out about people like Mike Matthews and Mike's Daily Podcast. The second act, how you need to help those people that have the independent podcasts and listen to podcasts other than my own, even though it's really good. Act 3, Mike's podcast starts.
This show is clean, pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 840. Hello, it is Mike Matthews, broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, here at the last place on earth located somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Today, it is part 1 of my Mike on Mobile Matthews interview with singer-songwriter KATIE Garibaldi, who was recently featured in Guitar Player magazine. Plus, we hear from Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere the engineer, and we hear of a bizarre
Mike's Daily Podcast
promotion one hotel has started that might become a national obsession. I hate cigars.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I just thought I would share that with you. Oh, such a happy day. I found out some very good news yesterday that my dog's paw has healed and he's okay. At one time, his recovery seemed so far away. Now his plastic cone will be used at some point to play
Mike's Daily Podcast
in some sort of crazy Halloween costume. I have yet to create
Mike's
for myself.
Daily
Maybe a human martini glass.
Podcast.
My bald head could be the olive.
Yeah!
There's so many possibilities. And so awesome to have KATIE Garibaldi. And I got the Guitar Player magazine right here in my hand. I subscribed to Guitar Player magazine. I forgot to tell her that when I was talking to her. But here she is, page 26 of the Joe Bonamassa issue. This is a great issue because it's got Marty Stewart in there. I'm a big fan. Annie DeFranco's in here. Oh my gosh, Eric Johnson. There's all these Gidgets and Wingdings and whatnots. Did I say Gidgets? Yeah, Sally Field is in here. No, she's not. I do not play the guitar. I only play the keyboard. But I like to read Guitar Player magazine because I feel at one point in my life, someday in the future, I will actually pick up a guitar and try and play it and be successful at it. Which I know is a pipe dream because I've tried it before. Anyway, Cafe Anyway. And it says here that she transcribes probably 95% of the staff's interviews for Guitar Player magazine. Typically, when the writer is in panic mode over a looming deadline, she helps proof copy, assists with special projects, and is generally happy to lend a hand at any time. That's very cool. Well, you will find in this interview that she is a very sweet and kind person, and we'll get to that in a moment. But first, look who just walked in. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart. Gift shop supervisor. Oh my God, I want to tell you that I want to play the guitar. I'm sure you could. You just got to pick the thing up and start playing it, and you're all set to go. It's not that easy, Mike Matthews. You just pick up a guitar, hit a couple strings, and the thing plays itself. It's great. There's a drum machine in there. I think you're thinking of something else. I can't possibly think of what I could be thinking of. Look who else just walked in. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman! And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, we are very happy to hear about your dog. Thanks, yeah, it is so good. Basil's paw's healed. The stitches have been removed, and he doesn't have to wear his plastic cone. This is wonderful news. He's so happy. Mike, he's licking my face! Aw, he loves you. Ah! Dog slime! Oh, you're one of those people. The last show, I was very irate about how wasteful Podcastro Valley is. I exposed the wastefulness by showing how at a recent event there was no discrimination of where people were putting their recyclables and the compostables and the trashables. They were just throwing them willy-nilly in the wrong containers. And I saw this yet again yesterday when I went to a Starbucks. I actually went into a Starbucks. I can't believe it. Yesterday. They got me. They sucked me in. They told me that they would give me half off my Frappuccino order, and I loved them Frappuccinos so much I tried to recreate them with the Matthews Chinos. And I went in there wearing my chinos, and I ordered a Frappuccino half price off, and I noticed that they had been quite busy because of this promotion. There was all this trash in the wrong trash receptacles. There was plastics in the compostables. You can't compost plastic, maybe in 7 million centuries. And this was in Podcaster Valley, and we have a lot to learn. But we love Podcaster Valley, don't we? Yeah! So exciting. Mike, how do I get your dog slobber off me? It just comes off with a napkin here. No, I want a handy wipe! All right, we'll go find a handy wipe. Jeez, such a baby. Mike, you're telling me. Yeah, a lot of germaphobes in our society. But there's also a lot of people obsessed with taking pictures of themselves. Selfies. Is it selfish? Do we live in a selfish society? Well, apparently, Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants, always trying to be ahead of all the other hotels and restaurants, apparently has come up with this thing where you can get a Selfie Pal, which is a steel stick with a clamp to secure a smartphone. Kimpton will loan you one as a form of promotion. Guests who borrow one and then post their selfies on Instagram or Twitter with the hashtag Adore Thyself, may win a stick of their own, a $150 Kimpton gift card, and a framed enlargement of that selfie. Well, they own more than 60 boutique hotels. I stayed in one in like San Jose. I actually was a DJ at a party at a Kimpton in San Jose. That was fun. Unlike the wedding I did like a year ago, which was a disaster in Pleasanton. I spoke about that on the podcast after that happened. Oh my gosh, the groom was drunk. Ridiculous. Anyway, the latest wave of brands trying to parlay selfie culture into tourist dollars, like the J.W. Marriott Desert Springs Resort and Spa in California, offering a Your Spring Selfie Vacation package through next month that starts at like $400 and includes a selfie stick and a map of scenic selfie spots around their resort. Those who share their selfies on social media using hashtags such as Spring Selfie may win an upgraded return visit. The promotion comes in the wake of several others around the world, including selfie packages offered at the Mandarin Oriental in Paris and La Concha Renaissance Resort in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Over the last couple of years, selfie, which was added to the Oxford English Dictionary, there's been a steady stream of selfie contests from travel companies and organizations as varied as Turkish Airlines and the city of Pagosa Springs, Colorado. This according to the New York Times. CheapTickets.com currently has a contest for the best spring break trophies, which is travel selfies, and vacations going to the winners in various categories such as road trip and beach pool. Little wonder that there is a museum, Art in Island in Quezon City, the Philippines, designed for visitors to take selfies in front of three-dimensional artworks, some of which are meant to resemble masterpieces, like the Mona Lisa. What do you think about selfies and selfie pals and these promotions and injured pets that hopefully get better and handy wipes? Email me, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails from email. Also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show or if you'd like to sponsor the show, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. There's also the website, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com, where you can support this show by going to the Amazon link. Anytime you're going to use Amazon, go through MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com first and click on that link. And what that does is that helps us get a little bit of money from Amazon, because they are like the biggest company in the world. And then there are also links to where to find us on iTunes. If you rate this show in iTunes, more people find out about us and we don't languish in obscurity like Ira Glass was talking about, because he's so happy that he'll never languish in obscurity. His show's so popular. There's also links to where to find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, TuneIn, Stitcher, Podomatic, Mixcloud, Spreaker, Player FM, Ameristream, And I'm also on the air in Connecticut on a radio station there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can hear my show there, and the link is at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Tell your friends about this show through Facebook. Like the Facebook page when I post a new show. Share it with your friends, and more people find out about us that way. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, Yelp, and Tumblr. Links to all of those, as well as the Daily Podcast picture, the blog, and all my past interviews there at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. And speaking of interviews... It's Mike on mobile. That's what I call it when because I'm using my mobile and I'm on it, and yet I'm mobile in the world. So I'm in San Francisco at the Brainwash Cafe and Laundromat. So you can wash your clothes here and get food. And I'm speaking with singer-songwriter KATIE Garibaldi. Hello, KATIE.
Hi.
We're both enjoying. What's that drink?
This is black coffee.
Oh, they do a pint of coffee in a glass. See, I almost...
It's awkward, but...
I almost thought it was like Guinness or something.
Yeah, I know, right? Like boiled Guinness.
Yum. Well, I wanted to ask you about how you got into making music.
Yes, I was always musical as a kid, and I just was always a melody maker. So as a young kid, I was always humming melodies, coming up with melodies. And then my mom taught me piano when I was pretty young, which was cool, but I didn't really stick with it. And then I took guitar lessons when I was in, I guess going into middle school, about 11 years old or so. And I just took to the guitar right away. It was like first lesson, I was sold, I fell in love. I didn't want to do anything else, so I just started writing songs like from that day on. And just kept with it. Started performing in high school, and I knew it was my passion, what I wanted to do, and I've just stuck with it ever since.
Now, do you have the same guitar from when you were a little girl?
No, I've gotten new guitars. I actually don't know where that guitar is. I think it's at my parents' house, the one I started on. But I now have a Breedlove who endorses me, and they made a custom guitar for me. I've been using the past year or so, almost a year, and it's just gorgeous. It's a beautiful guitar. I love it. I don't know if I'll use anything else. I don't want to say never, but it's kind of like my dream guitar. Just, it feels great. It sounds amazing, so I'm really happy with it.
That is so cool. You love playing guitar, and now there's a custom-made guitar for KATIE Garibaldi. That's so cool.
I know, right? It's like, it's a dream. It's a dream come true.
It's like, I like to eat cookies, and if they made a custom-made cookie sheet for me. Okay, maybe not the same. You're making wonderful music with your toy.
Well, I mean, if a cookie company was out there and wanted to make the KATIE cookie, I would be willing to work with them.
Oh my gosh. They could make chocolate called Garibaldi. Oh wait, that sounds like something else. Never mind. That's kind of a big to-do, that company here in San Francisco.
I get that all the time, by the way.
Oh,
like,
really?
Are you related to the chocolate people? I'm like, that's Ghirardelli. So, no.
Now, I just wanted to stop and say we are probably. I didn't really paint a picture of where we are because we are really in the most. Like, we do the podcast from Cafe anyway, which is a bizarre spot. But this is. There must be 50 people here or something.
Yes, I was just telling Mike when I got here. I was kind of surprised because I always come later when I come here, and I didn't know it was this busy. I guess it's happy hour, so I picked the loudest place to have an interview. Awesome.
Yeah, I hope people are enjoying the ambiance in this interview. And I'm having a pear cider. So I've never had pear cider before. Pear cider has lots of plosives with pear. Anyway, there, okay. And she's drinking her hot a pint of coffee. Tell me about your album, Follow Your Heart.
Follow Your Heart is my latest album, and I'm really proud of it. It's, I produced it myself. I worked with some amazing musicians. We recorded at Tiny Telephone in San Francisco, and it was just everything. I can't praise that place enough. It was like another dream come true just to have like amazing people to work with, and just such a good team of people. And everything I envisioned in my head for the album, it all just came to be like beyond my dreams. So it was just, I kind of still can't get over it, even though I released it last summer. But I've been touring to support it ever since, and most of the songs kind of were inspired by love and me being engaged at the time and getting married. And also the title track, Follow Your Heart, is basically about, following that voice inside yourself, listening to that voice, and being brave enough to follow through with what you want to do and standing up for yourself. And
And I was going to play it. And where did you film the video? I was going to play it right now. Not right this second, but in just a moment, because I think I hear Red Hot Chili Peppers in the background. But actually, I didn't say that, because then if it plays on my podcast, I have to pay somebody money or something. But the video for this song, it's beautiful. That must have been local here, huh?
Yes, I don't know if I dreamed that, because it was actually a place my friend who's a photographer, she found it, and it's on some like mountain bike trail on a mountain in Palo Alto, like up in the mountains back there. I couldn't find it again if I tried. It took us like an hour and a half to get there, because it was just all these winding roads, and her and her husband do photography, so they're always looking for locations. And I had told her what I was thinking of in my mind, and she sent me pictures, and it was like the exact same thing I was imagining. So it was just a really peaceful, beautiful top of a mountain somewhere in the Bay.
Climb any mountain. Did you have a Sound of Music moment?
I did. I did. Although it was really cold that morning, and I was wearing dresses for the photo shoot, so most of the time I was shivering. But I'm sure, I had a couple breathtaking moments.
And the red dress is breathtaking.
Oh, thank you. I had fun wearing that.
Where'd you find that?
I found it online. This little, they used to be a little boutique. I think they've kind of blown up. The company is called Shop Hopes. Or it might just be called Hopes, but the website is Shop Hopes. And I randomly found it, and I just envisioned like this poofy red dress for Follow Your Heart, so that's what I went with.
Well, they can see the dress and hear the song at KatieGaribaldi.com or KatieGaribaldi.org. And here's the song Follow Your Heart as we rock out to the Scorpions, I think. Here, I don't know if you can hear that. But we're talking with Katie Garibaldi here at Mike's Daily Podcast. Katie Garibaldi, Follow Your Heart, as we go outside of Cafe Anyway here at the last place on earth, somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Tomorrow, part 2 of my Into an Interview with Katie.
And here's today's podcast picture.
And you can see a picture of Katie in her beautiful red dress there at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Mike Matthews, I want a red dress.
Shelley, you would look lovely in a red dress.
Thank you, Mike Matthews. I know I would. Mike Matthews, we've run out of that little handy wipes.
Oh, yeah. Floyd the Floorman, I guess he's a germphobe now. And he's also afraid of ammonia, water, mops, buckets. He's basically not a floorman anymore because of his fears. You can't be so riddled with fear, Floyd. Yes, I can! And I'm afraid of slobber! That's right, he's afraid of slobber, too.
Oh my gosh, Mike Matthews, he's a mess.
Actually, Shelley, he's a hot mess.
Thanks for correcting me, John dear.
You're welcome. Anytime.
John dear?
Yeah.
Where do you get your glasses? I'm thinking about getting some glasses.
Yes, well, I can tell you who I buy my glasses from.
Excellent.
I have a really good optometrist.
That's like so cool.
Are you guys done? I don't know. Are you recording this? Yeah, I'm recording. You guys are standing by the microphone, so I'm recording this. Oh, is that what this is? John dear, you're an engineer. You would know that's a microphone. Oh, okay.
Mike Matthews, why don't you buy a guitar and shut up?
I will, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look at this Guitar Player magazine and read some more about Katie. And there's another article here about how to play Salisbury Hill. You're playing it wrong. The Peter Gabriel song. I knew it. I knew I was playing it wrong. I don't ever play it. But next show, part 2 of my Into an Interview with Katie Garibaldi. Plus, we will also hear from Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!